In my last video, I shared how human emotion affects the world around us, and the scientific experiments and research that demonstrated that to us, showed us that. In this video, I want to share how we are all connected and how everything is conscious. There is a guy called Baxter who came up with the Baxter Effect. He worked for the CIA. He actually introduced the CIA to hypnosis, but he left. He got out when he realized that they were using it for wrong reasons. He then invented the polygraph, or the lie detector, the polygraph machine. And he wrote a book called Primary Perception. Okay, it's a brilliant book. What he did was he hooked up a plant in his office to one of these lie detector devices. I've actually seen Mythbusters try and debunk this theory, and they couldn't. They proved it was true. It's a true effect. So what did he do? He hooked up a plant, and he wanted to see if the plant felt pain. So when he smacked the plant responded as if it felt pain. Anyway, over the years, he tried all these different experiments. He tried experiments where he would get a leaf off the tree and go to burn it, okay, burn the leaf, and the tree would act, it would get frightened. Then he realized the plant was getting frightened at just his intention before he even did it. And there's many different experiments he did. One story he talks about in the book is he was preparing food, and he got the knife out, and at this point he had all of the plants in his office all hooked up to polygraph machines, devices. And when he's preparing food, he cuts into his finger. And when he cuts into his finger, all of the plants at the same time showed the same emotion, and that emotion was concern. They were all concerned for him. It's fascinating. There's no travel time. This is another important point. Another research he did was he got an ex-war veteran, and they got white blood cells from his saliva, and they grew a culture of white blood cells, and they took those white blood cells 14 miles away, and they wired up the white blood cells to this polygraph device. They wired up the ex-war veteran to the same polygraph lie detector device. And then they exposed the guy, the war veteran, to footage of Pearl Harbor. Now, at exactly the same time he saw the footage of Pearl Harbor, the way he responded, the way his body responded to the footage at exactly the same time as white blood cells did, 14 miles away. And he did a lot of these researches. The distance didn't matter. He did these up to 300 miles. But it wasn't until 1994, I think, Nicholas Jizen did a experiment called the twin photon experiment in Geneva. What they did was, with sophisticated technology, they isolated a light photon, they separated the photon, they split it, then they separated it again 14 miles, coincidentally. And what they did was, that scientific language, the term they used is they began to tickle. They began to tickle one of the twin photons, and the other twin photon acted exactly the same at exactly the same time. No travel time. It was instantaneous. So one theory in quantum physics is, once something has been connected physically, it will always stay connected energetically. And because we were all connected once before the Big Bang physically, therefore everything in the universe is connected energetically. So think about that. So I've shared that our emotions influence the world around us. Our environments, everything's conscious and deeply interconnected. I'll share more in the next video. If you like these videos, please share them. I love you all. Take care. Bye-bye.